So this is a video for my future self. I don't know what to say or where to start from. Um, I just really want to start speaking my truth and being my authentic self and let go of fears of speaking up. And even now when I'm speaking, I feel like I'm speaking so low. And I'm in this area that is so beautiful. It's the first time being in this area with nature. I found it to be the best spot where I can just be with nature and see what comes up. I think I want to start with just saying what I'm afraid to always speak about, which is things that I enjoy, like spiritual things. I always feel like I can never talk about it with anyone, and I really don't have anyone to talk to, especially where I live, or at least in person. I mean, I have a few people, my sister, my mom, my aunt, but I don't really, it's hard to talk to other people about it. So I'm currently 29 years old, and this is my journey of finding myself, finding my truth, finding my voice, and being myself without letting fear get to me. I'm just a little nervous because I haven't done this in so long. I used to do videos when I was younger. I always loved to do videos and content and edit. I was always that girl with a little digital camera in school, vlogging everything before vlogging became a thing. Basically in the 2000s, when those little digital cameras came out. This is my journey of becoming psychic, or at least getting better at my psychic skills. When I was little, I always saw spirits and had very vivid dreams as a little kid. I've always had lucid dreaming, and I want to tap to that little girl and get better at that. So I'm starting to do more meditation and finding myself in the sense of being able to get the answers within, because honestly, I'm kind of like exhausted of always asking for other people's opinions. And even now, like, I feel like ashamed of my voice and my accent. English is not my first language, and I have to accept that. Like, there's nothing wrong with it. I should just be proud that I can at least speak two languages. I also speak Spanish. I don't even know. I honestly, like, it's hard to speak, and it's hard for me to like speak for a long time without preparing. And I really didn't prepare for this video, but I guess I feel like this is not even for anyone. This is really for me. And I think I should just like meditate and see what comes through. There's people coming here, which makes it even harder. This is how you get rid of fear, right? I guess I can say, maybe talk about the things that I love. I love anything spiritual. I love animals. I would like to one day be able to communicate better with my higher self, my team, my spirit team, communicate with my animals, which I say I hope, yet I know I do. And I just, of course we expect to like listen to it or hear it as if I'm hearing myself out loud. But I believe we do hear, or at least I do, because I've been getting better at it, is understanding what someone else is going through, being empathetic, just feeling everything. I feel like I feel energy. And I say feel a lot because I do. I feel energy. I feel what other people are thinking. I feel emotions. Gosh, it's beautiful. Nature's like so beautiful. I recently did have an experience where I saw one of my clients' aura, and it was the first time I saw an aura on someone. I have seen auras before on myself, and I think on a plant once as well. On myself, I think I saw them like white or and yellow, white with like surrounding yellow around it. So I am a hairstylist, and I do curly hair as a living, and that's my passion. I love that as well. But I also want to tap into this world that I love as well. And one day, I had a client who I was doing her hair color, and I was foiling her hair because we were gonna do highlights. And I saw that she had a red aura. I saw like a red aura right in front of her, and the red aura was like a dark red. And I remember thinking, wow, this is so cool. Is this really happening? And I closed my eyes and I opened them and I moved to see if it was real, and it was still there. And a few moments later, after we finished foiling her hair, I went to wash her hair, and I was thinking, what could red auras indicate or mean. And I remembered how the root chakra is red, right? And I immediately thought of being grounded. And so I awkwardly asked my client. It was kind of hard to say it because clearly it's hard for me to speak about these things. The thing is, I'm afraid of speaking about like spiritual things for some reason, right? So I asked her, I don't know how to ask you this, and it may sound kind of random, but by any chance, are you someone who tends to be very grounded? And she didn't understand what I meant, and I didn't know how to explain it, but I think I kind of explained that being grounded is being down to earth, being confident, being assertive, being still, maybe. Um, and then she said, I'm actually struggling, and that's one of my things that I'm struggling with the most is that I tend to have a hard time making decisions. I'm very indecisive, and that tends to be about with anything. And during the appointment, I kind of noticed that about her because of things she mentioned about her relationships. And she mentioned how she didn't know when she was going to get married. And of course, she mentioned about her boyfriend or her fiance. And I was having a feeling that, I don't know, like, I don't know if she's really supposed to be with this person. So I left it at that. I just kind of switched the conversation. So when I got home, I remember looking up what does the red aura mean, seeing a red aura, and it mentioned that red auras tend to show up on someone who's actually very assertive, very grounded, very confident, and it was actually the opposite of what she told me. But then I kept reading this article and it mentioned that you should actually ask the person if you see that. Basically, the question that I asked her, which is, are you actually someone who is grounded in this and that? And if the person is saying the opposite, is actually me, it actually means that it's something that maybe we were probably talking about, something related to decision making when I saw the aura, but I don't remember. Where it also means that the person is working on that. And so when I looked it up and I saw that message, I was like, wow, I feel like I should tell her, but I'm so afraid of telling her. And I technically do not have my client's information or phone number to be able to contact them. And ironically, I had hers because I needed it when I did a color consultation through FaceTime. And so out of all my clients, I somehow had her phone number. I've only have a few people. Kept thinking about her every single day. Like she kept coming up into my mind. And then I kept seeing things that would say, like, if you have a gift that you want to share or get better at, and you're getting messages and you don't think they're messages, but they are, and you don't share it because you're afraid of that, what the other person is going to think, then what what are you asking for? Like, you make no sense, kind of thing. And I thought about it, and every day it just kept coming up to my mind. And I remember speaking about this with my mom and someone else, and they were like, no, don't say anything because you never know what the other person's, how they're gonna react. So of course I was listening to other people's fears and my own. But then it kept coming up, and then at one point I just became a little bit more confident, and I decided to just F it and message her. So I had to kind of like find a way to message because I was afraid to tell her that I think she should not be with the person she's with. But I didn't want to say that because I could be totally wrong. And I really didn't know how she was going to react to it. She's just a client. I don't really know her. I basically messaged her saying how I saw a red aura and that this is something that I've never seen on someone else. And it may sound weird because I don't know how to even communicate with you about this. And I also mentioned that I thought it was related to maybe making a decision and also related to a relationship. And then she replied, wow, that's actually really cool. I've never heard someone tell me that they've seen an aura on me. And I'm looking it up. What shade of red was it? And so I was like, wow, when I saw her message, I was so impressed and so in shock that she didn't take it the wrong way. And that has given me the confidence to continue saying what I experience. So after that, we like agreed that basically she most likely is in a phase of her life where she is needing to work on that, and that she agreed to that it resonated. And so that kind of boosted my confidence and to just listen to my gut and go with it and not care too much, just like I'm doing right now. I kept having this feeling that I have to just get on camera and talk about something or whatever it is, even just meditating on camera. It's not a big deal. And right now I'm like self-conscious for some reason. I don't want to care. So have any of you guys ever experienced anything and been afraid to say it because of what other people may say to you? I'm sure. It may resonate with someone. And if you have, can you please mention it down below so we can talk about it more and see if we can relate? I'm sure we can. I think I should probably leave it at that. Thank you for listening. And I'm also thinking myself, and hopefully my future self is proud of me.